Beau Demayo is quickly turning into the boy who cried wolf. Or would that mean a man who cried gay? I'm not really sure, but it's starting to get a little ridiculous now when it comes to him, eh? And it already was kind of on the fence, but now it really starting to get ridiculous. Let me show you what I mean. After what happened with Beau Demayo and Disney when they basically fired him right before X-Men 97 came out, and then all the controversy back and forth and all of this stuff, he saying this, them saying that, he saying the other, them saying this, and then he puts out this video saying that, he have all this evidence against him on his OnlyFans account, which again I will say was just downright disturbing thing to do, but that's what he did. Now we're getting Beau Demayo coming out once again and saying something. A while back, I did some videos on how Disney told Pixar to make Inside Out 2 less gay, to cut out all the gay shit. Then they were also blaming Lightyear crashing and burning on the gay kiss scene, not the fact that, the movie was terrible. But lo and behold, now Beau Demayo has come out and said that, Disney also told them to make X-Men 97 characters less gay. Yeah, guess that didn't happen. Let's dive into this article here from Bounding Into Comics. Former Marvel showrunner Beau Demayo claims Disney told him to make X-Men 97 characters less gay. Listen to the nonsense with this, Former Marvel showrunner has come forward with allegations that Disney instructed him to make 2 X-Men characters on his show less gay. X-Men 97 executive Beau Demayo shared a post on X alluding that the studio told him to make Magneto and Professor X's relationship more platonic for marketing purposes. Right there's a big red flag for me. Because I don't know about you, but I think the majority of people have never once looked at Magneto and Professor X's relationship and thought, yeah, the two of them secretly hooking up. Never. It's never once entered anybody's mind at all. The only people who would ever think that, who would ever draw it and illustrate it, run around, push it all over the place, are the very people who like to do all this shipping and all want to ship this one and ship that one, and then they sit around watching all these disturbing things and jacking off all day. Those are the only people who would have any interest in something like that. But the X-Men fans know Professor X and Magneto are friends with a complicated relationship because why? Magneto is a mutant terrorist sycophant. And Professor X wants humans and mutants to live in peace, even though mutants are humans, but still. And that has always been the contention between them. But this whole thing about how, Disney told them to make 2 X-Men characters on the show less gay, and they were talking about Magneto and Professor X. What in God's name was he doing with that thing in the beginning to make them think that they needed to even tell him that? Because I don't know, because they came out and they were posting it big and bold that, Morph is non-binary, even though Morph has never been that way. Non-binary does not actually exist, and the whole thing was nothing more than a cheap, pathetic marketing ploy, but that's what they were doing. But let's continue on, see what else he has to say. So this is what he was talking about. When you see they had the thing here with Pixar allegedly made Inside Out 2 Riley's less gay in response. So he put out this post saying, heard the same words less gay on X-Men 97 when it came to Magnus and Xavier as well as marketing. So that, like I said, that's a red flag for me, because what exactly did you do initially to make them tell you that they need to make Magnus and Xavier less gay? And it comes to marketing. And the thing about the marketing is that they were big and bold, and then everybody that, Morph was non-binary and all of this nonsense. Did that piss off a lot of people and decided not to even bother to watch the show on Disney Plus? Yeah. people contacted me and said, yeah, if that is the crap they're going on, do I have no interest in watching this? That's what happened. But so I don't know what he's talking about, he's trying to do, but that's what I'm saying. This is becoming the boy who cried wolf to me at this point. We're going to talk about how Demayo was terminated from Disney in March after completing the first 2 seasons and all of that. Good and all of this. They talk about go over all this stuff involving him and them and what happened and how he put out this post of himself as Cyclops in his underwear, basically. I don't know. Right. So they're going to say, although Disney did not respond to Demayo's accusations, in several other posts on X, he relayed examples of Disney executives pushing him to make X-Men 97 less gay. I mean, this is the weird thing I'm trying to evaluate, because the whole thing they were championing about him at the beginning is that they had him out there to say that, you know, oh, his experiences as a black gay man is going to be very, very important going forward this show. And I tell you, this is what, in the event that Disney actually was doing it, they actually did tell him this just goes to show what happened with these people. They have to understand, when you see Disney is doing these things, it's because they're pivoting for something, because they're losing too much money. They bet on this gay card or gay horse at the race or something. It has not done anything for them. They've lost billions of dollars. They know that. The people who love to champion about these things, they don't care, but Disney realize that, you know, they're losing money. They're literal nuts are in a vice grip at this moment. So this is what they're coming out and saying. But let's go on. In one episode, applauded by members of the LGBT community. This is what is going wrong in one episode. But listen to the episode. Magneto is being held captive by supervillain Bastion in a secret base tied to a St. Andrew's cross, wearing nothing but a pair of boxers. However, Demayo claimed his original intention was for Magneto to be fully nude. Oh Lord. Now, I watched every episode of X-Men 97 and I never understood that scene. I never understood it. I'm guessing they were trying to act like, you know, this was supposed to be some kind of humiliation. But it didn't come across as humiliation. It came across as this creepy and wrong. That's it. It's creepy and wrong. Because, and the bottom line of it is, Bastion had Magneto tied up in his underwear, telling him all the things that he did, literally telling him all the things that he did. And then what did Magneto do once he get freed? Not go after Bastion for murdering all those mutants on Genosha that he claimed to care about. You know, no, he went out and declared war on all of humanity who did nothing to him. Humanity did nothing to him. Bastion sent the Sentinels. You understand me? Bastion was working with some people who were doing it. You could have gone after them, but no, you chose to go after the rest of humanity. And that whole scene with Magneto in his underwear just came off to me as very disturbing. There was no point for it, but now you're saying your intention was for Magneto to be completely nude. Why? What was your bottom line that other than you just wanted to do this, portray that on screen? Came off as very creepy, I'm telling you. Very, very creepy. That's all. This is what he had. This is what somebody asked. I mean, okay, the Speedo when Magneto was chained up on the X was wild as F. Though thought that they let that through. This is what Beau Demayo responded. Originally, he was nude and the beat played as dehumanizing torture. It did not come off that way at all. It did not come off that way at all. It would have been one thing if he had Magneto, not even nude, not even in his underwear. No, he could have just had him like in the same rip-up clothes that he was in for when he was on Genosha, and was actually torturing him with, I don't know, like electricity or some kind of thing, but you know, electromagnetism would kick in, but something was torturing him with. Something. Then it would have come off as torture, but no, that just came off not even as dehumanizing, it just came off as very creepy. Let's continue on what he had to say. It was Marvel's idea to put him in briefs. The crew and I were so beaten down by that point, we just gave each other looks knowing their note would do the opposite. Such is ignorance. So you wanted Magneto completely naked, being dehumanized by Bastion, because this is almost as ridiculous as that time in that Superman comic when it refers the fact that Superman was apparently held captive by some man and sodomized in front of him, was some kind of craziness. What is the hell is the point of these nonsense things? But this is what they do. Doesn't make sense, right? Similarly, in the season finale of the series, Demayo shared that Disney referred to one of his scenes between Magneto and Professor X exchanging brotherly solidarity as being too gay and creepy. You really have to wonder in regards to, because I think Disney panicking over how much money they lose in regards to all of this, that now they just seeing everything everywhere, and that's what they're doing. But one thing, Demayo's accusations come on the heels of a shocking expose detailing all the pressures of working on, I talk about the Inside Out 2 and all of this, but I'm just saying, this whole thing seems very, very suspicious to me. What exactly were you doing? How were you portraying these characters to come out and say, if any of this is true? Because it seems to me now that because what happened with Inside Out 2, you're jumping out there now to say, to make these claims that, Disney told you to make X-Men 97 less gay, especially between Professor X and Magneto. Two characters no one has ever thought was anything sexual going on between the two of them at any point in time. The only people who think that the weirdos that Disney were trying to cater to are now that they've lost millions, most likely billions of dollars, they're backtracking. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. That whole scene with Magneto being literally in his underwear, tied up and thing, while Bastion supposedly dehumanizing, did not play off the way. This came off as ridiculous and stupid. That's it. That's ridiculous and stupid. And you could say whatever you want, jump high, jump low. That's the way it came off as. It was not well done. It was not portrayed as that one. It just came off as really freaking ridiculous. That's it. That's my take on this, people. Beau Demayo is out there claiming that once again Disney also told him to make X-Men 97 less gay, because apparently he is now the boy who cried wolf about everything. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.